Minecraft, all hell breaks loose. Well, if you came here for Minecraft, I'm afraid you're going to be sorely disappointed. I really, really hope that there's not some kind of details on this page that are going to give away my personal information. So let's go into the battle, where I'm sure there is no personal details at all. It's all hidden. I'm hoping. I've not streamed this game before, so I do not know. I do not know what will happen. Whether my account is going to be instantaneously hacked. I have quite a valuable account for this game, actually. I go back way, way back. Yeah, like way back. It's nearly 10 years old, I think, my account. I have the medal for having an 8-year-old account, but I think it must be closer to 9. Closer to 9 than 8, I think. I don't know. Goes back about as far as I go back with Minecraft, in fact, so maybe not quite as long. Alrighty. So I play pretty decent E25. It's not a map that I know very well, this one, but I think I can work with it. It's a recently updated or added map, recently added one, I think. Certainly one that I recognise. I played it once only, I think. Yes, so I play a pretty decent E25. I think I'm ranked 500th for spotting damage, which does make me at least encourage me at least that I know my my peculiar or particular strategy that I play with this tank is working, and that is to spot, focus on spotting, because the camouflage of this tank, I don't know if it's the highest in the entire game, but it must certainly be close to the highest in the game. It's extremely difficult to see this tank unless you are literally right on top of it. That's it if it's in a bush. Then my usual strategy is find the most exposed bush possible, try to get there without being spotted on the way in, and then hold that position until the battle kind of boils down a bit and I can start to, flex my muscles. Scouting is actually, I think, the most important role in this game. I mean, it is for sure in a random battle. Scouting is by far and away the easiest way of multiplying your impact. You can only dish so much damage, but your team can dish a lot of damage, and they tend to be kind of, well, your team is going to be garbage in World of Tanks. It's just how it works. You're playing against, it's a 15 versus 15, but it often feels like a 1 versus 29. What is this guy doing? He's going to hide behind me and get me shot, probably. But yeah, there was no reason for him to be there, for example. And hopefully by me being here, I can show the enemies to my team, and then my team can actually have something to fire at instead of just driving blindly forward, which seems to be the two modes of more than half of World of Tanks players, is either stationary shooting or driving forwards until there's something to shoot at. So here I'm kind of tempted to attack, but I think I'm still going to wait. Because after he's dead, we're still going to need someone to spot. Okay, I think I'm in danger of actually being spotted myself. Yeah, I am. Oh crap. That's super rare, to be honest. Oh dear, I think I'm going to die. Ugh. This never normally happens, guys. This never normally happens. Yes, so they managed to just close enough to actually get me, which I'm pretty surprised at. I mean, I guess my team, there wasn't really much support on that side, but yeah, they shouldn't have really been able to do that. But this is the problem with World of Tanks, you can never rely on your team. I probably should have taken up a sniping spot, thinking about it, but we live and we learn. Okay, so now I don't have an E25 to play with. So, misleading title much? Yes. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, there's an event on, which runs, we've got all of these, it's like a, I don't even know how to describe it even, it's like a bot battle, you fight bots, but like tons of bots, so it's a completely different game mode from the typical game mode, so, yeah, it seems kind of fun actually. I'm not too unimpressed by it. At first I was like, this seems kind of bad, but then over time it's grown on me a bit.
Time to show them what we're made of.
Time to show them what we're made of.
Get the enemy out of the zone.
Okay, so don't need to go too far, I suspect. Just gonna wait here and wait for the others to spot. So I am in a tank destroyer. These tanks. You will go down fast in this mode if you try to drive into an exposed position without being an appropriately armoured tank. Even if you are an appropriately armoured tank, you're still going to be at risk. The enemies, despite being bots, do dish a lot of damage. It can be very dangerous because there are just so many of them. And some of them are quite high tier, so in this mode, in particular, this particular tier that I'm playing at the moment, there's Panthers, like there. That's a tier 7 tank, and a very good tier 7 tank as well, against these tier 6 tanks that we're driving, which makes things a bit tricky. Hello, Felix. Sorry, it's not what you may be expecting. It's a completely different game. In fact, it's not even a similar game. There's not even the building element in this game. I do love this game, though. Oh, okay, we have an aircraft attack we can use. Probably didn't need to use the aircraft attack for that, considering I just killed it with my gun, but oh well. So I'm being fired up by their artillery. It's causing me some trouble. But you see there, we still have 6 more vehicles to destroy, and we have 2 minutes to do it, so we're in plenty of time here. And at this point, it's essentially fine for us to just wait for them to drive out and die. There's no real rush. It does get a bit more time restrictive later, where we will actually need to perhaps focus on doing some got distracted. Felix! I lost my train of thought, although that's very sweet, Felix. Thanks. So all I need is 10,000 people, 10,000 more Felixes, and what's that? Oh, I was oh gosh, this is super risky. But I got killed, that's good. So those are 2 Panthers there, which I really don't want to go up against.
Incendiary ready.
We also have this incendiary round, which is pretty cool. Oh gosh, so let's see if we can hit that.
Lit up like a firework.
Lit up like a firework. Looks like my team is kind of not very good, which is a bit concerning because there's a lot more stages to this game. And we're struggling to pass the first stage, which is, yeah.
Got the enemy on the run.
Well, that's good at least. Okay.
Aircraft inbound, attacking the target.
So, get this
The
guy
enemy's trying
maybe.
to break through. Stop them.
Now we have a new round of enemies coming in. And they're also doing an airstrike on us, which forces us to have to move, but it's not particularly dangerous. So now, yes, now there's going to be a bunch more tanks, maybe 15 more tanks coming in back at us, and we need to destroy all of them. I think they come in waves of 10 maybe, there's 10 and then 10 more when we kill like 7 of them. So sometimes the bots are very clever and sometimes they're extremely stupid. I quite often see them like backing up towards us, which is obviously a terrible idea in this game. Tanks have armor on the front, not on the rear. except for the except for that one particular French tank, which has more armor on the rear, and it feels like it's a troll. I don't know why they put that tank in the game. There is a single particular French tank that has yes, more armor on the back. It feels like a troll. Yes. Okay, I think I'm going to die here. Yes, it's okay. I can come back twice, so I have two more tanks that I can get. Although this is not a good start, really, to have already lost a tank, and my team has already lost lots of tanks. So you can see on the left there that one of my teammates only has one tank left, which is concerning. Okay, so there's a new wave coming, I think. That's what the artillery strike means. Well, it's what happens concurrently with the artillery strike, I should say. Airport coming, but... Alright, let's get rid of this guy. Hopefully kill him. Yes, good, good, good.
Commanders, don't lose track of the mission.
That's an interesting question, Felix. So there is many... well, there's different types of tanks, but there's also, obviously, individual tanks within that. I'm not sure whether you mean which class of tank or which tank type, I suppose. In this game mode, I don't know. There's not really a best tank, to be honest. Each tank has its own role. Like the one that I'm driving, for example. As you can see, it's fairly fragile. It dies quite quickly, but it also deals a lot of damage. So that's kind of its role. And so this is a tank destroyer class, which is, as I say, it tends to be, they tend to be quite fragile and high damage dealers, and also quite well camouflaged is another property they tend to have. So they're more snipers, really. You can think of them as snipers, but as you can see, I can't turn my gun. I can only aim forwards, which makes this tank extremely vulnerable if an enemy gets up close. They can just literally drive around the back, which not a good situation if you find yourself in that, and it definitely can happen. So important to avoid. This is dumb. We need to destroy one more, but that's is that Tiger there? I think that's a Tiger. And everybody is just too scared to pop out. So I'm going to try and bait his shot. Right. We've got someone. We have a brave enough volunteer to drive out there. Yes, it is a Tiger tank. We have 10 seconds left to destroy this. Come on, guys. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Get out of the way. Goodness me. My team is hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. We are going to have trouble with this. So my favourite tank class, I suppose, is... I like to play light tanks or tank destroyers, because I find that the gameplay for them is much more nuanced. I don't know, some of the heavy tanks can be fun as well. They're really different, basically. So a heavy tank is good because you can actually take shots from the enemy, and your role in the game is to try and protect your allies by distracting the enemy, essentially. But this also makes you extremely vulnerable to... if you have a poor team, then you can just get overrun, and there's no point in protecting useless allies, for example. Okay, let's fire the artillery again. See, this is kind of risky. I don't want to go with them because we're just in a big blob and that's no good. I want to flank them, but as soon as I drive out here, I'm probably going to die. Maybe not. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do actually is turn around and back off and come back from a long distance where hopefully they won't be able to see me. So spotting is a huge deal in this game. Can't...
End of the line, folks.
What? What? So that was the artillery class, the SPG class, and somehow he could see me. Yes, there is friendly fire. So do not shoot your allies, even, as I say, even though everybody in this game is terrible. It's really important not to shoot your allies. And people will not shoot their allies because you do not get much... you don't get many chances to do that before it's bad. I think you get kicked out of the battle if you kill 2 allies. And I think you get banned from the game pretty quickly if you kill too many allies. But yeah, this game is at first, when I first saw it, I was like, this is like a really slow, lame Call of Duty with tanks. And I was like, wait a second, no, this is way more subtle and nuanced than it initially seems. With the armor class of the tank, for example, each tank has individual armor map where different parts of the tank have different levels of armor. So, for example, you can see here this hole in my tank here. They shot me exactly there, and that is a weak spot on this tank. It's like a hatch. They probably would have penetrated my armor anyway, but yeah, it's mapped out that each and every little element. I can't go out there. He's just too tough. I'm unlikely to even damage him, so I'm just going to wait and use my artillery. Just keep getting pounded by the SPG. There. Alright. That'll hopefully kill him. Nice. Good. Okay, we did it. Yeah. Alright. This is not a very good map for this tank, really. There's not a lot of places that I can hide. Being so low tier, my armor isn't really much good either. So, kind of a bit fragile. Gosh, they're in trouble. A lot of artillery coming in their position. It's a Tiger tank there, so we can get rid of him. I really recommend this game. It's a really good game. Like, it's very grindy, and it takes a long time to get good at it. But it is like really very good, and it's very rewarding in that there are a lot of bad players, which in multiplayer, or in most of the game is a PvP mode, so this is a we're fighting bots here, but most of the game is PvP. And it's very nice to play against really poor players, because you feel like God, basically. It's not a lot of older games like this one tend to have communities that are full of like really hard pros, and this one just doesn't have that for whatever reason. I am about to die. Yeah.
This vehicle is out of commission.
Okay. We are in serious trouble. Don't think we're going to win this one. We should at least beat this wave, though, I think. The fact that we're funneled into this little area makes it nearly impossible to do anything with this tank, though. I don't really like this tank for this map.
The enemy called for reinforcements.
It's quite refreshing that it's very tactical, in a way that it's not Twitch based at all, which is nice. It's quite cerebral, I suppose. It's not chess levels of cerebral, but I mean, you can and definitely are rewarded for having the thinking instead of just, you know, kind of blindly driving forward, which is what most of the players in this game do. A lot of people are just interested in driving into the battle, getting as many hits as they can to get XP, and then dying, so that they can get into the next battle, which is a terrible strategy, because this doesn't pay off in the long run, XP wise, to get points. It's much better to actually try, because you can get so many points if you do a good game, instead of just driving forward and dying. Gosh, there's a lot here. What is my team? Where is my team? I'm bouncing all the shells because they're only low tier, but I'm going to die here. Where's my team? What the heck? They're such cowards. Look at that. Okay. So I'm out of the battle until they destroy. They need to destroy another tank, I think, and then hopefully I'll come back. But that will be my last. My last tank. Gosh, come on, guys! What are you doing? Go! Well, as I say, most people in the game are like this, so it makes it peculiarly easy to be very good at the game, which I quite like. These guys are such cowards. It's incredible. Alright. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to get to come back now. I'm going to have to be very careful. So that guy there, Artur, he has 3 tanks left. So if he can die twice and still be playing the game, and he also has a lot of armor and hit points, so he should be at the front, but he's choosing to hide back, which is another thing. I'm being too aggressive, of course. I'm always super aggressive. This game mode. So that's scary. That's a tier 8 tank, so he is tough. By their artillery. Right, here we go. Still pommeling me. Wow, it's taking a lot of fire from the artillery. Not hitting me at the moment, but that was a hit. Ouch. I'm gonna die if I stay here. It's gonna pound me to dust. Hit in the viewfinder, which means that, I don't think it means anything actually, but in theory it should mean that it's harder to spot enemies. The distance where I can see them is low. What is this guy doing? Go! Go, dude! We have a mission to do, guys! Get past that Ferdinand. Oh, okay, here's my chance, this is my chance. Fired. I know there's a weak spot there, on the right. Fire!
Enemy on fire.
Yes! That's the big problem with the Ferdinand, is that there's those weak spots on the left and the right. Come on, guys. What are they doing? Oh, are you kidding me? 3 direct hits with the artillery and I just die. Oh. Okay. Well, this battle is lost. My teammates are just way too passive. Like, there's a guy with 3 tanks left. One of the heavy tanks has 3 tanks left. Like, what? What is he doing? He's at the back. What? This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the caliber of play in this game. So, as you can see, really, really... I mean, this is a problem if they're on your team, but if you're against them, it's great. Because it makes you feel like a hero. He has 45 seconds to destroy 2 Tiger tanks. They're both out of... We haven't even seen either of them, so... I suspect we're not going to win. This guy's at least been doing an okay job. In fact, he should be doing a pretty good job. Oh wait, no, he's got the least damage of anyone. Well, this didn't work out. I guess I'm going to go back to the garage because we're not going to see anything else interesting here. Alright, now we can play a real battle. Alright, it's a random battle here. I can choose the E25, which is my tank of choice. I love this tank. Super mobile, super agile. gun on the front again. Super high camouflage, you can see over here. The lower the number... Oh wait, no, the higher the number the better. So 54 here is the concealment when it's stationary. So if I compare that to, say, a heavy tank, this one has 13. So as you can see, it's far, far, far more concealed. I mean, some of these have extremely low, like this artillery piece, 4.2. The time is about 8 o'clock. I'm going to take out the E25, as I promised. So I'm in the top 1,000 roughly in the game for E25 spotting damage, so that's kind of my forte, my specialty. Alright, have a good one, friend. I encourage you to check this game out, actually. You probably will enjoy it. It's free, so nothing to lose. It also runs on garbage PCs, so that's another great feature. Thanks. I will win. I normally win. I win in 60% of cases, so I'm pretty good. I think. It's a tank I've never seen before. Kind of ugly. It's very modern though. Someone's messaging me, like a lot. My phone is going crazy. I can check that at some point. If I die here, I'll check it. Okay. So what to do? So I'm going to try and spot... I know that there will be enemies here, often. And I can spot them pretty safely from this position. Hopefully without being seen myself. So let's try starting with that. I've never really figured out a great spotting place on this map. It's so small that it's very hard to remain undetected. So I'm not firing because that's going to give away my position. Although it may have, in hindsight, it may have been worth firing there just to get the one shot on him. Plus, yeah, no one else managed to damage him either. So as a scout, it's very important for me to look at where my team is, and to base my actions on that. So I want to be ahead of them always, but I also don't want to be, you know, alone. In the case where my team is destroyed or is not with me, I need to go back. Basically, you have to be like water, not the stone. So I'm going back now because it seems like there's nothing to spot here. Oh, I spoke too soon. We've got an Oho. Can't hit that though. Maybe I can fire over here. So I'm pretty secure here because I'm so far back, so I'm going to take shots. I know that guy has no armor, so should be easy enough to damage him. My tank specializes in extremely high rate of fire, so it has a great damage per second. Or DPM is the measure here, but as a trade-off, it doesn't really have any armor, and it also... That's not necessarily a great combination. Hello, N-Ball. Having low armor and a high damage per minute often is a problem because with a high damage per minute you have to be exposed to do the high rate of fire, to make use of the rate of fire, because you just got to sit there and keep firing, and not having armor makes it a big issue. It's much preferable, more preferable to, if you've got low armor, to have low rate of fire, so that you can just pop out, shoot once, and then back up. I'm destroying the building here so that we can see this T25 here. I know I can damage him, he doesn't really have too much armor. So now I'm seeing we have a hole in our defenses here, like pretty much where I'm looking, so I can't really move here, because if I move they're going to be able to come forward and cause us a lot of trouble. So I'm actually watching two different ways at the moment. So I'm also watching across the bridge here, and actually getting some spotting damage on that guy. So this is a pretty good spot as the battle is progressing at the moment. I'm also able to fire from here, which is nice, without being spotted. Far enough back. Charioteer, maybe? I believe this tank Charioteer doesn't really have much armor. It does not appear to have much armor. Okay, so now I'm backing up the ISU 152 here. If somebody tries to come in behind him, I can support him, because he can't really defend himself up close. He's pinging me, I think he wants help, but I can't really move from where I am because someone has to watch the bridge. Oh, he's going in. Okay, I'm going to go in. It's time. Oh, actually, I'm going to go across the bridge. So one thing that light tanks can do is scout out to check if a way is clear in a way that other tanks just can't. Like, if I were to try driving over here, for example, I'm a lot less mobile than a light tank, and I would be committing basically to hoping that the bridge was clear, because if it wasn't, I would die. And I mean, yes, a light tank will also die, but a light tank is less important in terms of hit points, especially when it's low like that. Okay. So, got the Oho here. This guy has massive, massive, massive armor. It's a Japanese tank. It's highly, highly armored. I probably can't damage him anywhere, even with my expensive ammunition. Ah, yes, the premium ammunition is letting me go through. Okay. But extremely, extremely difficult to penetrate the armor, even from the side or the rear. Right, so I need to go back. Oh, actually, there's only 2 tanks left, so no worries. Doesn't really matter what I do. So at this stage in the game, the best thing is usually to well, be in a fast tank so that you can get there before everyone else destroys them, and so you just kind of pile in as best you can. Alright, so actually kind of risky here. I'm driving away because I don't have any support. They're still actually a threat at this point. So now we're starting to pile in, so it should be okay for me to go in. Alright, I'm going to go in close. Okay, so we've got IS-6 and the Tiger P, neither of which is particularly threatening. IS-6 is extremely hard to damage, is what I'm concerned about. Where is he? He's gone back. He must have gone back. Yeah, he doesn't really have much speed though. Or a very good gun. So now I'm clumsily trying to drive behind him. Ugh, don't get to him at all. Ugh, ugh. Don't like that. Hello, Leldi Puletto. Hello, 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 friend. That's another victory. Well, first victory, actually. I tell a lie. Guess I'll apply that. So, yeah, not a particularly remarkable game, but we did what was necessary for winning, which is the most important thing, I think. Often the line between what is correct for winning and what earns you the most points is the same, but sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes somebody needs to take the hit and stand guard, basically. Occasionally, just maybe about 1 in 5 games, you. Ah, yes. Hello, Matthew. I thought it was you. Yes, I do not have tea today, actually. I just have a water. I was thinking about having tea, but I decided not to. Don't feel like it. Okay, now we just queue. Just wait. Serene Coast. Okay, this is one that I haven't played recently in the E25. This one was in and out of the map pool for a long time, and they kept tweaking it, so this is going to be newish for me. I don't believe it used to be in the map pool for the tier 7. tier 8. So, yeah, I certainly don't know my positions very well. I'm going to take this position over here, because I know that that's a good spotting spot. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not. I'm going to go to the island, and I'm going to take the near position on the island in the bush. Because this is my... no, not really. Hardcore Minecraft seems kind of dumb. Like, Minecraft isn't really a game where... it's not like Dark Souls or something, where if you die, it's like, I know why I died. There's a reason that I died, and it is X. Often in Minecraft, you die through something that is completely out of your control, or you just slip up. For example, you know, not wearing your elytra, for example, is a dumb way to die, and a very likely way to die, much more likely than being killed by actual mobs, for example. So I'm getting good spotting here. So my team ought to be able to put some damage down. I mean, I'm noticing that they're not really in position to do that yet, but even without them being in position, this is still all useful information to know where they are. This guy is really, really endangering himself. He's definitely going to die. A stationary light tank is a dead light tank. Boom. Oh, I didn't even... That's disappointing. Wow, what? Are you kidding me? I'm not spotted, so... Oh, he was shooting at him. I hate when that happens. So, I tried to shoot the tank that was behind me that had been spotted. Irritating. Yeah, so the light tank that died there, the T-52, I didn't get the spotting damage because this guy had vision himself, so that's kind of unfortunate. I think I'm going to leave this place, actually. I don't think I need to be here. It looks like we've got this side kind of handled. The other side looks like it's in trouble, so... yeah, I'm going to go back. Nip over to the other side. And have a look from there. So being agile and repositioning is a really, really crucial part of any rolling world of tanks, but particularly for any tank that is fast and mobile. But I mean, being in the wrong place is as good as being dead in world of tanks. So in many ways, it means you will be dead as well. So here I'm getting good shots because I'm in the right position. You see that I see that there's nobody around here, and that I can get a good flank on. So even for those two shots, even for those alone, it's still worth having come over here, even if I now go back over to the other side. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the middle position here, and I'm going to snipe across the water. So water is the E25's best friend, because it prevents them getting in close, which is one of the main dangers, and it gives great clear vision. And yeah, it doesn't block shots, which is beautiful and perfect for a sniper. Okay, danger here. Gosh, real danger, real danger. Soon I will be invisible, but I think I'm invisible now. No, I'm not. Okay. Gosh. I don't know how I was spotted. It was unfortunate. I think I was a bit greedy there. Oh wow, okay. Well, I mean, my death was not in vain. We destroyed the E25 and the light tanks, so, I mean, actually that was a great trade, but of course I didn't know I was going to make that particular trade. I was kind of hoping that I would become invisible again. But yes, I think the water is wet. This is a property of water. Water is wet. Wet water. Hate water, especially wet water. I'm going to try something a bit more aggressive, maybe. So playing a heavy tank is a bit of a risk, because often you will be quite a low tier. Well, unless you've got a 1 in 3 chance of being the top tier. So here I am, a tier 8 against tier 10s, and the tier 10 tanks are just supremely strong. So this is a big basically a bottom feeder here, and not even a nice agile one. So at least with a light tank or a medium tank, you can still be kind of nippy and avoid the shots. With a heavy tank, your strength is the strength of your tank, and when your tank isn't strong, which is not in a tier 10 battle, it makes this tank extremely difficult to use effectively. So I effectively have to play like a really, really rubbish medium tank. Because I'm not as quick. Sorry, excuse me, I just took water. So the temptation always with a heavy tank is just to pile in, but I'm going to have to be a bit careful. Don't want to just end up just getting one-shotted. Can potentially happen. Can I go over there? I don't think I can go over there. I'm going to try. It kind of sucks if you get stuck. Don't I program this time? Don't I program this time? No. I don't think I programmed this time. I don't know what you mean, to be honest. I mean, do I put a program into YouTube or whatever? Okay, so we have a big problem developing here in the south with nothing here. Like, that's a big problem. It's important to always kind of be spread around to each area of the map, because otherwise light tanks like this T49 here can take nice, they'll be able to pressure them, they can kind of take a sniping spot just to scout. So I'm being maybe overly cautious here, but I am, I'd say, a bottom feeder here. Can't really afford to overextend. What's that? That's IS-7 being beaten by an ISM. How embarrassing. Okay, I've been spotted because the camouflage is no good in this tank. Because it's a heavy tank. So, problem. I have to move back. Alright, looks like the T49 might try to make a break for it, which means I'm in the perfect position to try and stop him. Yes, yes, exactly. Oh gosh, that's not good. Oh wait, no, this is good. I would have been able to kill that. Okay, he really needs help. Hello, Yos? So he's doing, I don't know what this should be called, but it's the suicide run, basically, that noobs in light tanks do. I'm not saying he's a noob, but he did the classic light tank move, which is drive out into the open field and then drive around until you're dead, which generally is not a very effective strategy. I tried War Thunder, but I'm kind of, it's a little bit more arcadey. I don't know. It seems very similar. It is a knockoff World of Tanks, and it seems in many ways to, well, I don't know. It seemed odd to start playing a new version of World of Tanks when I was already so far into World of Tanks. Okay, I just completely hadn't noticed that we are in serious trouble. Gosh. Yeah, this is not good. This is really not good. Looks like we're going to lose this. But maybe I can get some more damage out on the tier 10s. They're worth a lot. Okay. We've got to back up, try and fall back to our snipers. It's really important to try to stay with your team, even if your team is very, very rapidly dwindling in number. Okay, so I took his track out, hoping that I can get some support. Doesn't look like I'm going to. I'm really dead, to be honest. Yes. I am dead. But yeah, as I say, there's not really much you can do as a bottom tier heavy. You really just, I think I did about as well as I could there. You're very beholden to your team. You can, it's a very low impact role really, which is very frustrating. A lot of people get very frustrated at the beginning of the game, being the lowest tier, because the easiest thing to do in this game is to brawl. That is to shoot at enemies and have them shoot at you. No, it's by knockoff I mean it's a copy. It is a copy of it's a very, very similar copy of World of Tanks. Like it's made but yeah, I mean there's I feel like it's yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, it feels a bit more arcadey, but it is extremely similar anyway. I'm just going to take the E25 out for a drive. I don't really know too much on the War Thunder. Just that I tried it and I went back to World of Tanks. Well, I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you judge me. Go ahead. People are allowed their preferences. This is E25 actually. It's the Hetzer's grown-up brother, or flatter brother. I used to love the Hetzer as well, but this is it's quite a different tank. So gonna take. I guess I'm gonna go for the hill here, the classic move. But I mean, I have the speed to do it. In fact, I have the speed to kind of mess up their light tanks as well. Okay, maybe I'm not going to mess up their light tanks. Maybe I'm not even going to go up there. Oh, that was dumb. Got a little shooting gallery going on here, which I always love. As everyone is panicked and desperate to get to the hill. Now I've got to fall back though. So that's what I'm going to do. So my job here is done. I've used my speed. And now it's time to get out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the left side and try to make use of the space over there, because the front here is just too, well, it's far too hot for this tank. Now I don't have there are a number of very, very useful mods for this game which I don't have at the moment. Oh, they added sea waves. It's beautiful. It's really nice. They really, really upped the aesthetics of this game. It looks a lot nicer than it used to. Or maybe it's just that I used to play on minimum graphics, and now I don't. Okay, so there's someone over here. I just got an alert that that little light bulb means that I've been detected. Which means that there must be someone near here, because there's no way that I was detected from a long distance. And you just can't be detected from a long distance. There we go. That explains it. The same tank that I'm already driving is here. He's one of the few tanks that could spot me without spotting him. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, what a useless teammate. What the heck was that? I'm in real trouble now. Okay. I guess I'm not in too much trouble. Still alive somehow. Oh, not for long. lot of the tanks, I don't know about the speed and maneuverability. I mean, I'm not sure. Many of the tanks are very slow. This is, I am playing a particularly fast tank. But yeah, I also wasn't sure, does War Thunder even have the penetration system? Can shells bounce? Or, I felt like it was, yeah, less about the armor. I really like the armor system in this game. I'm not doing very well today. I wonder whether streaming is distracting me. I find whenever I'm talking, I tend to do a lot poorer in my games. It's the same whenever people are like, oh, let's play in a platoon. Let's play in a platoon, and then I play very poorly, and my stats are really quite strong, so I'm going to take out a Hellcat for a spin. I can get into a battle. No! My E25 just came back. Whoops. This is another new map that I don't really know very well yet, so... What is this? Destroy 20 enemy vehicles. Okay, I can do that probably. Maybe not in this battle, considering there are only 15. Kind of weird that there's nobody in the tanks. I thought maybe they were going to add some people into the tanks. I mean, they've been saying they would do that since the game started, but they never did. And they did add some. There are people in the game now. In some of the menu screens, there are actually people in the background. So. Oh sure, but I mean most of the tanks that there are very many paper tanks in World of Tanks. Most of the tanks are paper tanks. But yeah, most tanks in this game will go slower than 50, almost all. But the thing is that I mean one of the weirder things about this game is that so many of the tanks are not real tanks that ever really saw service, so it's not a very accurate representation of a real battle, because they're just random tanks that don't exist. So most of these extremely fast ones, not really even combat vehicles, they're scouts more than anything, so yeah, to be fair, I don't know about the I can't say too much about the authenticity of the speed of the tanks because I don't really know, but I don't think it's too unreasonable. So what I'm doing here is I'm backing up to the point where the gunfire is not going to give me away, this is one of the greatest tricks of the Hellcat and all tank destroyers is to. Yes, yeah, that's what I mean, but to be honest, I quite like it. There's a bunch of tanks. There's so many tanks to choose from, and yeah, many of them are ridiculous tanks that never really existed, but it doesn't really matter too much to me. I quite like that. It's variety. I'm in serious trouble here. I'm going to have seconds to live. Maybe kill that then.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yeah, this is the end of my life. RIP.
Penetrate their armor.
Oh gosh. Don't like this.
We've lost half of our engine power. Bail out. This vehicle has had
Yeah, sure. I mean, this doesn't impact how kind of arcadey, I suppose, it feels. That's weird to say, as that is. I suppose it's more about the hardcore/casual divide, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. I haven't really played enough War Thunder to form like a concrete, interesting opinion. I should have fallen back, I think, with my Hellcat position there, but I don't know. I was kind of doomed. There wasn't enough of us went that way. I shouldn't have committed so far. But I did fine anyway. I mean, I still... Hooray! Well, I mean, there's more to life than historically accurate tank simulations, you know? I think World of Tanks used to have historical battles. Sometimes it does. I mean, this is like historical battle mode that is happening at the moment. It's PvE, though. I think... I'm not sure if how exactly this is working, whether or not it's gonna keep going, but... whether it's like a one-off mode. But they're playing through, which is the invasion of Berlin, or the road to Berlin it's called. So this is all maps played in Allied tanks in
Make a stand to the last.
Germany.
Team, assault the target.
Against many bots. And these are all they're all historical army compositions. So, I mean, I'm sure that there probably wasn't a lot of cases where there was 4 ISs fighting against the entire Wehrmacht, but the tanks themselves are correct. Come on. You in trouble now, son. Try to get him to fire again. Just, yes, he's facing the wrong way. Cool. Let's say these are bots rather than players, so it makes them much easier to kill en masse, although there are a lot. It's quite a difficult game mode if you have poor teammates. It's very easy if you have good teammates. But there's quite a lot of variety. There's a number of different missions, and you can quite advance through them. So I think it's quite well implemented, which I quite like. Some of the other World of Tanks things that they've done, special missions, have just been a bit kind of tacked on. I need to fire the artillery on someone. There's some over there.
Starting artillery barrage now. Commanders, don't lose track of the mission.
Okay. So, not really enjoying this particular position, driving over the open all alone. But again, as happened last time, my team is so cowardly. Look at them hiding back there. What are they doing? Why do they think that this is going to win them the game? That probably is what this is supposed to be be honest. I don't know. It's called Road to Berlin, so I imagine it is the kind of it's based on the battles leading up to the invasion of Berlin.
Don't let anyone get away.
This is actually one of the maps from the game, but with more like features from the regular game, I should say, but with more stuff on it, and it's completely unrecognizable even from the actual map. I think it's Siegfried Line, this one. Yeah, this map is Siegfried Line in the game, but it doesn't really look like Siegfried Line. But it's the same map. I don't know how they've done it really, but it's obviously the same map. But okay, it's a new wave of Panzer IVs coming in. New wave of cannon fodder. Literal cannon fodder. You're going to get foddered by my cannons. Fed to the cannons. I suppose fed to the cannons makes more sense. Oh, come on! Stop derping around. Oh. Don't like this. Don't like this at all. Alright, so we got Panther. He's going to completely ruin my day. Come on, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna die here.
Roger that. Artillery deployed and ready to fire.
Whoops. Probably shouldn't have used my...
Mines are planted. Have a nice
Oh
day.
gosh. Oh gosh. I don't like that. Wow. I'm in trouble. I'm gonna die here. Down.
This vehicle is destroyed.
Okay.
Take it
I was
to
not expecting enemies to come from there, considering that's where I thought my teammates were. In fact, I guess that was where my teammates were, and then they died as well. Considering they are dead. He's gone.
Stay on mission. Don't waste time.
Yeah, we're in trouble. My team is not very good, I think. Blame the team. Always blame the team. World of Tanks, you can always blame the team. The team is always terrible, so always fully blamable. As I was saying earlier, actually, it really is an exercise often in 1 verse 29. You need to view it in that light, though. You need to be like, you need to realize that your team is going to do everything in their power to mess it up, and that you need to try your best to shepherd them to victory. Playing the social, well, not even social, I suppose, but this weird meta game with your teammates. Almost like, imagine your teammates are bots and you're supposed to be supporting them. You have to treat them like that. They're completely expendable.
All-out attack on the target.
Like, people were, they just, a lot of the time it's just not worth keeping people alive even. Like, it's much better to let your teammate tank the damage for you. Obviously this is not always true, but often. Because quite often, many players will literally just drive forward and die, and so conserving your hit points is usually much more important. And capitalizing on the stupid things that your team does is a really important part of the game. So if people drive forward and die stupidly, make sure that you capitalize on the spotting that they get and the distraction that they create. Yeah. Just accept that that's going to happen. Don't get frustrated that they're doing it. Just try to make the most of another bad situation and accept that. Know that the enemy team will also do the same dumb stuff, so it evens out in the end. Unless it doesn't, in which case you lose the game because nobody can possibly win with 14 idiots on their team and less than that on the opposing team. It is a team game after all. I should use my bombs. Let's do it.
Starting artillery barrage. Leave the area immediately.
Okay, what have we got there? There's a tank destroyer. We can take that out, I think. Yes, good. Ouch. Ideal, taking damage. Move around to one side, get a different angle on them.
Commanders, don't lose track of the mission.
What? What? How am I spotted? What can see me here? Gosh, it's a dangerous place to drive. Don't think I want to go here, actually. But again, look, as I was saying, actually, my teammate is doing a dumb thing here. I should try to capitalize on it and you know, get an extra hit there, because I shouldn't have been able to get a hit there, really. Because he shouldn't have driven out, but he did, so capitalize on that dumb move. The artillery's just pounding me. Come on.
Great job. They're falling back.
Okay, how am I doing for tanks? We've got 3. So it's okay. Yep, should be okay for now. Should probably be at the front, actually. I've got most hit points. Okay. Use this wreck here. Oh gosh, that's not going to work right now. This is not good. Well, I'm probably going to die here. 2 different flanks on me. And I'm completely alone at the moment. Just got to hold for as long as possible, I suppose. Hopefully get some support from somewhere. It's not coming. I'm going to die for sure. Fortunately, this Panther doesn't want to hit me, so I'm still alive for now.
No visitors are allowed. Please go home. The enemy called for reinforcements. Ordnance received. Starting artillery barrage now.
I am extremely surprised that I stayed alive for so long there. I really shouldn't have done. I don't know why I did, but I'm not complaining. We've still got 2 tanks left, but I don't like my odds right now with this team. Looks like the Churchill is going to die and won't be coming back. Oh, actually, they're in a platoon. I've just noticed 3 of them are in a platoon, so I would expect them not to be too dumb. But maybe they are. Maybe they're just...
Stay on mission.
Yeah, maybe they are dumb. They will just drive out like that. Die, even though they don't have any claiming tanks. Oh, that wasn't the guy in the platoon. Makes sense. Okay. Got a Tiger over there. Big fan of that. Gonna have to back up, definitely. Taking way too much fire here. Oh, he's dead as well. Very. So we lost 2 tanks down already, but we barely even started the mission.
Hurry up. Time's running out.
I think. Well, this is a really hard mission, I think. I don't know if I've ever succeeded in this one. Oh no! It's so unlucky. I deserve this.
Starting artillery barrage. Leave the area immediately.
Alright, we've got 2 left to destroy and 30 seconds to do it, so I think we can do that. Pretty confident we can do that. Alright, just gotta find one more and destroy it. Gosh, oh gosh. No time. Kill it! Kill it! Kill! Okay. Alright, stick together and go straight for the commanders. That's the way to do this. Don't get distracted. Already getting owned by the artillery. I wonder if Miki Ciric and Milo Savic are just their names. It wouldn't surprise me if they just had their own names as their usernames. But for some reason, all the tanks' usernames are just there's something else. The rules of usernames just apparently didn't apply. Most people just have random letter spam for some reason. I don't know if maybe it means something in other languages, but it seems like random initials a lot of the time. All right, guys, we gotta can't get held up here. We gotta go.
Roger that. Artillery deployed and ready to fire.
Oh, I didn't destroy him. Okay, I'm getting destroyed right now. My team is anyway. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get that guy. Oh, spotted the artillery. That'd be nice to take that out.
Commanders, don't lose track of the mission.
I think my team is going to get that one tiger there. I think we're going to have to be distracted by on the right here. No, I should go back, shouldn't I? Try drive over this. Can I do that? No. Okay, they got him. Nice. Oh, I think we'll do it actually. Looks like we will. Gosh, we're really running out of tanks though. Milos is on his last tank. Alright, here we go. It's unlucky.
Time's ticking, team.
Get the bomb on him.
Copy that. Battery, fire. Mines are
Put the
set.
mines on
Have
him.
a nice day.
Right, he's looking at me, so I'm gonna wait. Okay, dude. Got him! Always shoot through the track when given the option, because that is often a weak spot, and usually you get points for destroying tracks as well, so as well as doing damage. So there's really no reason not to shoot the track if possible.
You've given the enemy a serious beating. Order fulfilled.
Hooray! Alright, I'm going to take... What is my... PC here? Random battle, what is my missions? Be among the top 3 players. It's such an easy mission. I guess it's a little bit tricky. Okay, maybe we can have an actual good E25 game, like in a nice open map, instead of all these small closed maps. I'm really not a fan of how many small closed maps have been showing up. I think they kind of ruin the game, to be honest. I much prefer open maps. Timeline. This is a good map. Yes. Well, it's a good map for scouts. It's still quite small and closed, but there's at least lots of opportunities for scouting and for sneaking around. which is nice. To enjoy. We should go for the next mission. On top tier as well, this is going to be a good game, I think, unless I completely screw it up. There are 2 E25s on the opposing team, which I don't like the look of. So this is going to be brutal, I think. Brutal game for the lower tiers, I think. Those poor tier 5s are not going to know what hit them, and all these 25s are literally not going to know what hit them. They're not going to be able to see. It won't be spotted when they die. So. Alright. So I'm going to stay here for a moment until there's something that I want to shoot at. Spotting damage to start us off there. It's nice. Buffing them up just a little bit. Not seeing anyone up in their sniper spot, which is this thing here. But I do expect to see them later. In fact, me being here makes that spot basically unusable. So it's kind of important that I am here. I'm kind of tempted to try to run to the next one, but I know there's E25s out there somewhere. So I'm going to hold my patience for now. Hold some patience. That's most of this game, to be honest. Patience. And not just camping as well. Patience, not camping. It's different, subtly different from camping. Looks like the left-hand side is going to need my help, actually. Oh, we've got KB2. Maybe the TDs can get hits on him. That's a little bit more spotting damage. I'm going to back up and go to defend the west side, because no one's getting through here with those TD scout spotting anyway, so the east side is going fine as well, so just the west to worry about, really. Hopefully I can get a good spot. We've got 2 E25s coming through the middle here, and they are going to be a big danger, so I need to get a good spot. I think that, well, they seem to have changed this a little bit, but maybe there's a good spot over here. Overlooking, looks like there is. Assuming I can get to that bush. Yes, it's not outside the map. Okay, we're in serious trouble over here. Die. It's really important that I kill him. Okay. Spotted. Really need to keep this guy alive. He's my forward spotter. Perfect. Okay. I'm a little bit more hopeful about this now. Hopefully won't lose the base now. I think that was sufficient damage that I just did to save it. We definitely would have lost this side though, otherwise. Help again. Coming forward. Die, I think. Bounced. Unlikely. I don't know what that tank is, but I'm going to shoot at it anyway. I'll just go through there. Here we go. Assuming I get some kind of panther and that I can damage it. I can indeed. Gone. Gosh. This poor guy. Take his track. If I can take his track, he's dead. Oh my gosh, there's more coming. Well, I'm in the right place at the right time, so they are going to be seriously hard pressed to push up here. Me here. So the last few here now. Alright, I'm moving. Time to go in for the kill. Oh, I can go down here. Can I? It looks like it. Look. Yeah, it's all the way through here. It really did polish a lot of these maps up. Really, really nice. They're a lot nicer now. They just feels like a lot more attention to detail. Oh gosh, we lost the right-hand side, did we? That's unexpected. Okay. I will go and take care of the KB2, I suppose. He can kill me in one shot, so I do need to be careful of that. But I think I should be able to take him anyway. Just gotta not let him get a good hit on me. It's a very, very inaccurate gun on the tank, so it should be fine as long as I don't get hit. As long as I miss his as long as his initial shot misses, that's all that really matters. I mean, he's not going to win anyway, so I'm going to just be greedy and go in there. Try to get the kill. Even if he kills me, it doesn't matter. No way he's going to win the game. He's actually moved. One of the rarest things in World of Tanks. A tank that moves. Tanks never move. No! You gotta be kidding me! I bounced twice off his rear armor! Screw you. Not a fan of that. Don't shoot at me. Okay, good. Good. I had a good game. There's a big hole put in my tank. Excuse me. Oh. Lord. Don't know what that is, but cool. Didn't know there was such a thing as an epic reward. Okay, I think we'll apply that extra experience. Okay, so I'm gonna do damage to 15 vehicles. E25 is a perfect one for that, so I'm gonna take it out. Again. Hopefully have some more success with it. Actually gonna grab my phone quick because it was going crazy earlier. While I'm waiting, quick look and see if something is burning down. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, so I think this will be my last game for today, maybe. I know I'm not going to damage 15 tanks in it, but... okay, this is quite a good map for me as well. I quite like this map. This tank, I've got a good strategy. Tend to come along the inside here. Tends to work pretty well. And then, if the scouts are destroyed at the front, take a position on the hill here, snipe over this way. It's perfect. You can do things in this tank that you cannot do with any other tank in the game because of camo levels. It's really insane. Fine, take this bush. It's a bit greedy, and it's actually too far forward. I think I can't really see that much. But hopefully I can see some of their tanks in the back. That'd be nice. If I could see something that was kind of back here. Or potentially over here. Like that, for example. I'm tempted to shoot at him. Probably shouldn't shoot at him. Yeah, definitely couldn't. Oh, maybe I could do that. Do it. Not spotted. How's that even possible? This tank is so overpowered. Camo level is. Took the track off him. Doesn't seem to be destroyed. Perfect. I'm not even spotted here. How's this possible? Get spotted by this guy, I think. Would have took the track. Didn't do it. Maybe should have done. I'm going to back up, I think. I've got to. Too close to him. I'm actually going to take this bush. Should be safe there. Okay. It's coming up. Let's get inside the bush. I'm so close to very likely to spot me, I think. Don't breathe. Nobody breathe. I'm gonna back up and take shots on this guy. Oh, he's dead already. Never mind. Alright, take shots on that though. Oh gosh, I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble. Shouldn't have tried to back up. Oh, I was silly. Damn it. I shouldn't have tried to back up. I revealed my position to the projector. I wasn't really expecting, but if I'd stayed still, I would have been fine, I think. I mean, I still think I made significant enough a dent in their hit points that it should have given us a pretty good chance of victory. Okay, actually I think I'm going to call it a day at that because it's getting a little bit late and I want to have a good bedtime routine. I'm going to try applying, whoops, let's try applying some of my bonuses. I don't know if I can do that still. I've got, guess I can't do it to this one. No. Can I do it here? Because I have like 5 daily bonuses I can give. I don't know if I can just like decide at the end of the day which ones to put it on. Oh, you can? Okay. That's pretty cheeky. So why is it even an option then? It should just should just at the end of the day give you 5 times for, oh, I suppose, yeah, okay, I suppose you might want to do one or the other tank, I suppose. Get my bonus for this one. This is not very exciting anyway. Thanks for watching, those of you who watched. I hope you enjoyed. Not, well, sorry, I enjoyed. I hope to see some of you next time, perhaps. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, see ya later.